Okay. This is Scott Kruger. The Environmental Health Registration Board will now exit executive session and reconvene open session at 9:33 a.m. on March the 4th, 2022. No final decisions were made and no votes were taken in executive session. The public phone line has been unmuted and representatives of the media may once again report all board discussions and actions.
Okay, so we are on item number 5 on the agenda. Sorry, 5 on the agenda. So it is proposed that in case number 20-9562 to issue a $250 civil penalty. However, have that civil penalty stayed as long as the individual does not break any law or violate any laws or rules for the next 2 years after the date of the final order.
So moved. Rhonda. Rob?
I second. Bonnie Simpson.
A motion has been made. I will call the roll. Scott Kruger, aye. Rhonda Robb?
Aye.
Bonnie Simpson?
Aye.
John Schott?
Aye.
All right, so moving on, item number 6, public interested parties. Trampus, you said there was nobody on the phone, correct? Nobody on the phone. We'll move on. Item number 7, other board business. Is there any board business that you guys want to talk about that we can get on the agenda for next time? Any kind of issues, concerns, anything?
This is Scott Kruger. The only thing that I had was it looks like you have application to fill 1 position, which still means 2 vacancies, correct? So we should still feel free to pursue our other partners for appointments.
Sure. So we've got that industry food. So it's a food or food and alcoholic beverage. They have to be in that type of industry. And that position has been vacant for as long as I can remember, because we've never been able to get somebody in that position that qualifies for that. So it's not an environmental health specialist or a wastewater specialist. It's somebody who is actually in the industry for food and alcohol. So that's 1 position. The other one is a public member position. So those are the only 2 that are vacant. I've had, in order to get that food and alcohol industry one changed, the law has to change. So, and I've reached out to the governor's office before about seeing, how willing that they would be to change that. And basically didn't get any direction. So I can reach out again and ask again, because it has to go through the legislation. The legislation has to, so there's a big old process to it. But that, like I said, that position's been as vacant I've been here since 2009, and I don't think we've ever had anybody in it. So it's, and no matter how much outreach we do, and that's also what the governor's office always says, well, do some more outreach, and if you still aren't, successful, then let us know. It's like, we've been doing that for like the last 10 years, but we will continue doing that. And so that's kind of where I get. So, but a public member obviously is anybody who does not qualify as an environmental health specialist or a wastewater specialist. And I do believe, I'd have to look at my statutes, and we can send it out to you guys if you're interested. We do recruitments all the time anyways, but I do believe, depending on how the statutes are written, it might also not be, the person might not be able to be married to an environmental health specialist or wastewater specialist, but we can send you that information.
Yeah, this is Scott Kruger. Just one more point of clarification. What I heard you say is a restaurant hospitality person.
Yeah, let me get the statute up, because it's very specific, which is why we've had an issue getting it filled.
Because kind of where I'm going with that is that qualify somebody from the Oregon Restaurant and Lodging Association to sit in that position?
I think that they would qualify. They got, it's obviously you guys started at what, 9? It's only 9:38. It's not like we take all day for you guys to, Okay, so let me get in here. So one shall be a representative of the food or food and alcohol beverage retail industry.
Right.
Yeah, so if you can get, if any one of them would, you know, and let them know to say, hey, we meet like maybe 3 to 4 times a year, usually 30 minutes, sometimes an hour. You know, we do it remote. You don't have to go in, you know, but yeah, if we can, that would be nice because it's, like I said, we haven't had one for a long time. And the public member, it just says one shall be a public member. So it just basically means you don't qualify for the others. So you're either not an environmental health specialist or wastewater specialist or a representative of the food and alcohol beverage. So anybody else would be a public member. The odds of them appointing an environmental health specialist's wife or husband, it most likely won't occur, but it doesn't say that. The governor's office usually doesn't want, because that's not the intent. The intent is a public member and not somebody who, you know, very closely.
I can't imagine my wife wanting to be a part of this, but
right. Yeah. But anybody, so those are the 2 positions we have. Like I said, we'll hopefully have that Sean, I already lost his name. Sean get appointed by the next board meeting. So that'll be nice to have a wastewater specialist and have their perspective on the board. So. Anything else? No? Okay, well then, Scott, on the very bottom of your call to order sheet is a little one-liner.
Yes. The Environmental Health Registration Board meeting is adjourned at 9:40 a.m. on 3/4/2022.
Okay,